Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to bring you my interview with my friend Estella. We met at a Dr. Richard Bandler NLP conference, and she got to experience getting over a snake phobia in less than an hour. She went from being so fearful she didn't even want to discuss it, wasn't going to participate in it, to using it as a tool, a metaphor to break through her fears and conquer whatever she wanted to conquer in life. Here's the interview. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Next Level Healing and Transformational Tuesday. I am here with Estella, my friend who I met down at the Richard Bandler NLP training. And we're just here to share what it's like to get over a major phobia really, really fast. Dr. Richard Bandler himself was on the television show Kelly and Michael with Michael Strahan, who had been very phobic of snakes to the point where Kelly would throw a plastic little snake at him and he'd freak out. Estella, what was it like to have a fear of something? What was it like before? Because I remember our conversation before, and I was actually excited because I wasn't afraid of the three or four things we were confronting that day, which was spiders, snakes, heights, and public speaking. So I was thinking it's kind of going to be a dull day, but then I saw the fear in your eyes about snakes. What was it like to before and after that transformation, which literally took less than an hour?
Well, thank you, Tara, first. And, I owe it to you that I got rid of my fear of snakes. I was at that point that anytime I would never hear the word snake, or I would like, okay, snake, that's not something I want to hear about. And I don't want to see a snake, even on TV, just snake nowhere near my world. And we had to do like an exercise, we had to go over, I guess, the fear of public speaking. And then you mentioned the snake, and I was like, I'm not in the mood. Forget about snake. I didn't sleep well. It's just doing everything to avoid the word and to face it. And you got into me, you read into my eyes. I don't know, you have this kind of magic work you do. It's your energy that got all my fear, and it's like, oh, let's work. And you were so smooth, like made me, oh, okay, I'll work. And then we did the session, and then when we had to go to the room where the real snake was, which I had no idea, when you said, let's go touch the snake, I was like, okay, maybe see it. And then when I learned that I had to stay in line and go and touch the snake and hug the snake, oh, I can describe. My heart was pounding. I was horrified. I don't know how my side would have been. I was like, no, let's go, let's go. And it was your persistence and how you read me that you pushed me through. And honestly, after that, I felt so good. And it's not just about the snake. It's about conquering the fears. And there are many challenges in our life, in my life too, that sometimes I don't want to face it or avoid it or procrastinate it. I don't feel well when I do. But once you conquer that fear of the snake, which was a real snake, and I never touched a snake. I never saw a snake. It was impossible. And going and, I was trying to send love because I was like so scared at the beginning, and sending live vibrations to the snake was amazing. So thank you. It's really we owe that to the seminar, the NLP with Dr. Bandler, but really it was you who made me conquer that fear and has helped me ever since. So I think if I can touch a snake and hug it, I can do everything.
I love this. You did such a great job of synopsizing that because it truly is a metaphor. Fear takes us out of so many things in life. It's an obstacle. It leads to procrastination. It leads to not showing up for ourselves and not asking for what we're worth and all those wonderful things that we all want to have. So I applaud you for being willing to walk the path. And I was truly excited when I saw the terror in your eyes. I was very excited for you about the opportunity to break through that, because Tony Robbins, teaches people to walk on hot coals, and again, it's just a metaphor, because it feels so freeing to be on the other side of it. And I'd love to just show. You gave me permission to show your picture here. Um,
Yes.
you were horrified to even think about a snake, much less hold a snake, and this is what you looked like, so joyfully holding that beautiful, sweet creature. I mean, they're really sweet creatures. And I do have a little video here as well. Here, we'll play the little video. And you're laughing and having a good time, and there's no fear there, and you got to take that home with you and realize that if you can do that, you can do anything. If you can get from one point to the other, of getting to the other side of your fear. Hey guys, studies are showing that 68% of people that watch podcasts regularly don't click the subscribe button. Do me a huge favor. If you like this content, click subscribe so other people know where to go for the cool stuff. Thank you.
It was such a joy at the end, and it brings me an immense joy and happiness, even remembering that, because it's like conquering a fear. It's like everybody has, everybody, I'm talking about myself. We all have these little fears that if we don't face it, the fears are on our own way. So how do we succeed? How to have a peace of mind? And no, I would show you, like a month before, we had this event where you helped me conquer my fear of being around snakes. Where I was walking in an island, St. Thomas, and I remember that. I mean, there's no way where you can walk, and it's really hot, and you see that these little bushes, and all the time walking, I remember, oh my God, what if a snake appears here? So everywhere, all my life, I've been feared, to walk even in certain pathways where like a snake could appear, and literally has helped me. So I hope I'll go back in those kind of destination and I'll walk fearless.
That's wonderful. And tell us about how, because we can often, and we all have fears. I mean, that's just the nature of being human. We're vulnerable. We go through the experience of, not being enough, not being smart enough, pretty enough, successful enough, whatever the enough is that we internalize, and it's true for everybody. But with the knowingness that you can get to the other side of it, and quickly, how has that helped you in either professional situations, business situations, social situations, to just realize, okay, if I can do that, I can do anything?
It gives you a certain confidence that nothing would stop you. I mean, nothing like stop you in the sense of, like having a common sense, not doing things that will put you in a certain danger, but it gives the confidence, the power that you are your own master, and you can uh, control yourself and decide when is the right moment to take action, and nothing could stop you. So it's a lot. It's really a great metaphor that it's it's so helpful for the self development, and I wish I could have done it earlier in my life. And at the same time, I'm so happy that happened. And as I thank you, Tara, I owe it to you. You were
Oh,
amazing in pushing more, because I was resistant, and you didn't even like. You made me do it without kind of forcing, because my terror was real, especially when I knew that in the next room I had to walk and touch a real snake. It was like, why should I do this? No way. And that's the reason of fear. Sometimes we don't take action because, like, oh, I'm good without doing it, but what do you lose instead if you don't take action? So
boy,
thank you again.
you said that so well. Yeah, so often, and speaking for myself, uh, there's that wonderful story of somebody goes to heaven, and uh, there's this door they're never supposed to look behind, and one day, the doors are cracked, and they heaven's great, but they were told never to look behind the door, that that's over there. And one day it was cracked, and the woman goes over and sneaks and peek behind and behind the door was the things that she never asked for, never took the chance on. And it was all this magnificent stuff. So it made her feel really bad about what she missed out on. It's just another, one of those great stories that make you think, okay, well, if I don't show up fully in my life, I'm going to be missing out. So
Exactly. Right. Because sometimes the fears are installed even from what others tell us, or like when I say like maybe how we were raised, maybe friends or maybe family in the earlier years. So we don't even realize that have some fears. And how beautiful it is that we decide to do something that it's in our own good, our best interest, and we just take action and do it. Don't think twice.
And it took less than an hour to do that. That was so cool.
Yes, that was so cool.
Anything else you'd like to say to anybody as far as, struggling with fear, how quickly you can get over it if you just change the pictures in your mind?
It's all about the pictures, and also you have to have the real help. Where would you put those pictures, and what colors would you give to those pictures? You can do the work, and at the same time you need the real help. And NLP has amazing tools, which you don't have to go in therapy for so many years and wait so many hours, and why not so much money to get over your fears. It's all here, and with the right help you can just conquer it. And Tara, you did an amazing job. So anyway, and anyone that can hear this or listen to this interview, I would invite to ask your help, because that was amazing. You have your own way how to read the energy, and you're so soft and at the same time so determined to have a quick result. And that was an amazing experience. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Estella. It was an honor to meet you, and great fun walking that path with you to conquer that fear. Thank you so much for being here on Next Level Healing.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you for helping me, and thank you for bringing such a beautiful light into this world.
Appreciate it. This podcast is intended for the purpose of providing information and education. It does not provide advice and is not meant to be used for any self-diagnosis or the replacement of any kind of licensed professional. The creators and individuals appearing here do not endorse any specific tests, positions, medications, products, or procedures. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.